Thank you for tuning and watching another episode of BWTMONLINE Worldwide Television. Today we have a very special feature. We have the intern of the year, Krystal Cyrus. Krystal was on our internship program and boy did she deliver. So rather than me go on telling you about Krystal Cyrus, we've got Krystal Cyrus here. Krystal, how are you?
I'm fine today.
So how are things?
Everything is good, very excited.
Okay, so let's talk about, you're the 2014 intern of the year. Believe it or not, there were 200 people that attended the official auditions in 2014. Okay? In fact, I think it was November 2013 the actual auditions were. The internship started in 2014. I believe we had 12 interns, and out of the 12, you rose to the top. So, there you've got the big entrance. Let's know a little bit more about you.
Alright, well, my name is Krystal Cyrus. I attended CAMCC, that is Marisha Community College,
Okay.
and I took an internship from a teacher, Mr. Eamon, and he suggested that I went for an audition, and things kind of took off from there.
Okay, so what was your first thoughts about taking part in this internship program?
To be honest, I was just wondered how far it was going to get me.
Okay.
One
of the things that we realised, or I realised as founder of BWTMONLINE Worldwide very early on, that the Grenadian people were very sceptical about the internship program. We're very sceptical. Who are these people? Who are they? Where did they come from? Why were they coming to help Grenadians? Did you hear any of that when you were beginning your program?
No, I didn't really hear much about it until I spoke to them, and I didn't hear the whole skeptical side of it. I was just like, okay, let's do this, and went straight for it.
So you were focused on the positives from the start.
Yep.
So when you came to BWTMONLINE Worldwide Television, we started the internship program. What were you thinking? What was on your mind?
I was just concerned about how much I could learn from you and how much we would get to do.
Okay. So what was your vision at the start of it?
At the start of it, to be honest, it was just for the experience, to improve wherever I needed help, and to help to contribute to whatever you were doing.
What were some of the modules? So what were some of the things that you were asked to do, required to do during the internship program?
Well, we had to write a journal, like, of the things that we did throughout the year. We also had a show filming for, I can't remember what the name of it was.
Grenada Team Summit?
Yeah, we had that working on. And also I was writing the pieces to be published on the website Love It Publishing.
Absolutely, which is fantastic. Yeah. You got to do some brilliant articles which were put on Love It Publishing, which is fantastic. I think that was to encourage you in terms of being a writer, to see first of all your work being published. So many people talk about what they're going to do, but don't actually do it. You not actually talked about it, you went and did it, and you saw the result afterwards. How much of an impact did that have, seeing your work on the internet?
It was, I don't know, I was so excited when I saw it that I started writing more to see if I can get more stuff out. Yeah.
Okay.
And
which in turn, you basically have now your own blog page.
Yes, I did.
And so, tell us the experience about having a blog page.
Well, first of all, I always wanted to have a blog, but I don't know why I never went about and started one. After I started the blog, I was happy to have a place to put my stuff so that other people can view it and probably help them along in whatever struggles they were having to accomplish what they wanted.
Excellent. This is fantastic stuff, Krystal. Not everybody can get on a camera and speak confidently. And it's not everyone can do it. Not everyone's got the gift of the gab. But you know, you're taking lots of courage to do this, and I think a lot of people will really admire the courage that you're taking, because a lot of people say, you know what, you can talk to me, just don't put the camera in my face. And then there are some people we know, we put the camera in their face and they'll talk and we still don't understand what they're saying. So you're articulating your view, so don't worry about it. Let's continue. So now that you have your own blog page, when you're blogging and you're writing what you do, what do you think about? What goes through your mind?
That's a very hard question to answer because, well, as you can see now, I don't have a specific date that I upload stuff because I don't think you could put a time to creativity.
Right.
It's just, yeah, sometimes I'll just be walking around the house, going along my business, and an idea will hit me. And I start writing, and yeah, whatever it is, whatever inspires me at the moment, that's the main focus.
Great. I tell you something. I found that when you do blogs, I find it a very healing process, because sometimes you can't talk to the people around you about your creativity. So when you put it down on that and you're typing it through, you're allowing that creativity to come out and put it on a blog. And there are people around the world that read that, and you kind of feel, yeah, I'm letting my own opinion out without being judged or called crazy or being called mad or being stupid or being put in a box. And one thing I did find being on the island of Grenada, which is the home of my grandparents, one of the things I did realise is that creativity is something that is looked down on. It's not something that is something that is you know, encouraged. Entrepreneurship and being your own boss and doing something outside being a doctor, a dentist, a nurse, a solicitor. If you can't do those things, then you don't fit into society. Be it there's actors and actresses in Hollywood. There's best-selling authors around the world. There's Richard Branson with his aeroplanes, with Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Banking, Virgin Mobiles, Virgin Holidays. Do I need to continue? So, you know, when you have someone like yourself who's creative, it is very important that we embrace our creative individuals or groups out there and encourage them to push on. And this is one thing that I noticed in Grenada, and one thing that, instead of criticize the system, put something in place so people like yourself can not only show their creativity but actually put it into a product.
All right.
So let's talk about the vision board. Explain the vision board to everybody.
Well, the vision board, that's something you put together to show everything that you want to accomplish and how you would go about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was part of in the internship program. And what on that vision board, or what did you put down on that vision board?
Well, I had the Enigmatics as the first thing on it. And when I did that, I have other stuff like certain schools I wanted to go to, and things that I have to do to work towards that.
Right.
And also marine biology, because I'm interested in that. So I have it on the board to work towards it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So step by step, you're going to get there. Mission number 1 accomplished.
Yes.
Not even hopefully, it's going to happen. You believe it'll happen. You see it, you believe it'll happen.
Yep. I always say I can and I will. That's my status. So.
If you remember what I said to you when we sat in that room, I said I wanted to go back to London and do things in London, and I'd love to be able to take people with me. At the time, well, I got back to London, did I not? It wasn't the way I planned it. We're back in London at the moment, and of course, with yourself, you moved to Canada in the middle of the internship.
Yeah, I did.
So talk about that.
Well, it was very hard because I didn't know I was moving at first. I found out kind of late. And, well, coming over here, I wasn't enrolled in any school or anything. So my main focus is to get a job to help myself. And I'm just trying to be with the new environment and socialize.
Okay. So, obviously, so you had the process of leaving from Grenada to Canada, and you still wanted to get this book out. What was it that kept you going and you wanted you to remain on the internship program?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Something felt right about staying with it. Because I was learning a lot. My writing was improving, so I figured why give up?
So you saw value in you saw value in the program,
Yes, I did.
and in return, at the end of the program, a book has been produced. So tell us about the process of how those writings became a book in your eyes.
It didn't really start off as a book. It
Right.
was just a short story I used to write and give to my friends to read. And it wasn't even the Enigmatics at the time. But after working on it for a very long time, it changed. And I decided I wanted that to be the first story that I had going out in my name. And well, after working on it and going through the internship program, I got that to happen.
I understand from a T it was 340 pages long.
Yes, it was.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So that was basically that creativity was stored inside of you.
Yes.
So the fact that was installed inside of you, what would you have done with that had the internship not come around?
I would find another way to
You
get
would have
stuff
found a
out.
way.
Yep.
See? So the thing is, you were determined. That was what kept you through, the determination.
Yeah.
And somewhere, at some point in time, you asked for this opportunity to come along.
Yeah, I did.
There you go, you see? So, you're master of your own destiny, really.
Yeah.
So, okay, The Enigmatic is out now. Your first book. Tell us about what The Enigmatics is all about.
It's about a young girl who moves to a new country, Grenada, and she's just trying to find her way and fit in with the crowd. And well, in the process of doing that, she finds out a whole bunch of. She finds that there's a dark force in Grenada, causing a lot of trouble for everyone living there, and somehow she was a part of that world, and now she's just trying to help everyone while trying to help herself.
Okay, so what inspired the book?
I don't even know. That story just came to me one night, and I jumped up and started writing it. And then, well, I don't know. I can't tell you.
So it's
It
just
just
you were
came to me.
inspired. You don't have to explain inspiration. You were
It just
inspired. You do it. You know, some people say I was inspired. It was this happened, that happened. And other people say, you know, I don't know how it happened. It just happened.
Yep. Well,
Let's
that's
just
me. I don't know.
just give God the glory, because at the end of the day, you got it. You're there. You got a book. You've got something out of it. So
Yep.
what's been the impact now to feel that book in your hand, to touch it, feel it? That's you. You produced that. What does that feel like?
I actually wanted to run around the whole shouting for a bit. Like,
Did you?
I almost did. I was dancing in my room. That's like it on the side of the bed and just got up to look at it for a while.
I got this image of you, carnival day, jumping around in a carnival with your book in there and jumping in.
I might have done that.
Wow. So what have your family said about it? What have your friends said about it?
They're all pretty excited. Everyone's saying they knew I would succeed in getting my book out.
Does that encourage others to want to step out and want to get their book published, or get out and achieve their dreams as well?
Yeah, I had a friend email me after it came out. We haven't spoken in a long time, and they sent and said that I inspired them to continue with their project.
Wow, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Looking at that now, if you look back, now you're looking back, we're in the new year. It's only, as you said in your today on your Facebook page, it's only been a week since the new year.
Yeah.
And you know, your book got published at the end of the year. Looking back at the journey from the start of when the Baccalaureate program started to now, we're now in 2015. What have you learnt for the whole of that journey?
Well, never give up on what you want, for sure. Um, yeah, that's basically.
And what would be your message to other fellow Grenadians who may have been a part of the internship program that may not have accomplished what they may have thought to have accomplished? What would you tell them?
That well, everything happens for a reason, and obviously they found out about the program because they had to learn something from it in order to move forward. So keep going.
Okay. Krystal Cyrus,
Yeah.
thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV. Before we end, first of all, I've got to ask your Twitter page. I believe you've got a Twitter page now.
Yes, I did recently open it up.
What is it called?
It's um Krystal Cyrus at Chris_Cyrus. Yeah.
Okay. And you've got a Facebook page as well.
Yep. Chris Cyrus.
Okay, fantastic. And you've got an actual fan page as well, author page.
Oh yeah. Well, that one has my full name, Krystal Cyrus.
Yep. Which is, I think it's Cyrus Krystal on Facebook.
Okay.
Krystal Cyrus, thank you so much for being
All right.
on
Thanks
Bayloric
for
TV.
having me.
And also, before we finish, congratulations.
Thank you.
We have a certificate that's going to be on its way to you soon for being intern of the year, and this is just the start of things for you, Krystal. We've got a huge year ahead of us.
Okay.
Thank you so much for talking to Bayloric
Looking
TV.
forward to it. Thanks for having me.
No problems. Take care. All the best.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.